Hello, living in Boulder vlog. I just flushed the toilet. I shouldn't have done that because now you're going to get that sound in the recording. You learn something every day, don't you? Okay, so I'm going to drag this off to the side so I don't distract myself. Ooh, I should have timed it though. Never mind. Just talk however long you talk. I said I should have timed it. Actually, I will look at the time because I made a video that's like 9.5 minutes before this. So now I'm doing the thing where I make the Google Earth background first so that I can talk about it in the beginning of the video for those people. Because now I can have a two dual purpose of my daily vlogs. One purpose is just talking about my life like I normally do. But the other one, the new one, is somebody can learn something new about Google Earth. So about everything having to do with Google Earth, space and Boulder and that kind of stuff. So this one is my place called Hidden Valia. It is a city-state within my kingdom of Boulder, Rome, which has 10,000 people, 5,000 houses. They're round houses, round huts, and I should have bought cloth. I spent $60 getting paper. It makes so much noise. It's to cover the toilet, top of the toilet, but I'm not even looking at it now anyway. I like having my head like right in the middle because then you can kind of look around. Maybe I should get like an actual green t-shirt. Yeah, so it has 10,000 people with 2,000 houses. Round houses that are 10 meters in diameter, I think. So it's 5 people per house. So that's 10 meters in diameter, 30 feet in diameter. That's big enough to have 5 people in that kind of a setting, prehistoric setting. It's a circumference of 4 kilometers, which is what I chose to be your standard city-state. The reason I chose that was because Mantinea, Greece is 4 kilometers, and it's the one, and I chose Mantinea because it's the one ancient Greek city-state that has a completely intact wall, and it's perfectly oval. It's beautiful, right in the middle of a valley. So it's a good standard bearer for what you consider to be a city-state of the past. In the ancient world, a city-state would be like one of the capital cities of the country, one of the biggest cities in the country. And now times that size would be like your town. And so 4 kilometers in diameter. Also, another good reason to make Mantinea your template keeper is because back in those times it would have been considered your perfectly sized city-state, because in the country of Laconia, in Peloponnese, the capital was Sparta. There were 4 or 5 villages, and they decided to bring them all together as one village so that they could make a fortified walled city, so they could have another city within the city-state to strengthen the country. Back in those days, you can picture people going, "Oh, look, 5 cities, that's a perfect size for a city-state, so do it." So, 4 kilometers, 3.97 to be exact. But also they said in the book, I think Thucydides in the book History of the Peloponnesian Wars, said that Mantinea. Another good reason to make Mantinea also, your typical one, is because it had 2 of the biggest battles there. And they were the most decisive battles and the biggest battles of ancient Greece. It was the biggest intra-Greek versus Greek land battle, and best documented one as well. And so, yeah, for all those reasons. And so I have a whole lot of, actually most of my city-states in my town, all of them actually are 4 kilometers. I just standardize everything. It's part of my education philosophy. I'll talk about that later. And I'll also show it within the kingdom, because the kingdom of ancient Boulder, Rome is 20 kilometers in diameter, the same as ancient Rome under Romulus. So I'll do that tomorrow. I'll zoom in and out and show the whole thing and how the city-state compares with the whole kingdom. Also the population. I chose 10,000 people because it's a good round number. It's what Boulder was in 1915, which is, I have the map of Boulder. And it's what Mantinea was. They said, Thucydides said that Mantinea was about, they had about 3,000 fighting people, and I think the general rule of thumb is about 1/5, depending on how desperate you are, would comprise of the fighting force, And so, it would be like a mother, father, 3 kids, and one of the kids would be of fighting age, or maybe two. So I came up with 10,000. And if as you look at it, that's kind of crowded. You wouldn't have a real city because there's no open space. So maybe that would be a couple people living without the walls. And so anyway, so that's just to give an idea of what 10,000 people looks like inside of your ancient city-state. And so, how long have I talked? Okay, so that was almost 6 minutes just talking about that. So maybe I can time it to just be 9.5, and then I don't have to splice it. I'd have to cut it off. So yeah, I was just showing, as you can see, I'm showing, to help people understand what the space is, and visualize numbers. I'm zooming in and out, showing all of the different views of it with Boulder in the background. And, it's a beautiful, picturesque place. And also ground level moving around, what it would look like to move in and amongst the town and the size. Also, the public buildings in Hidden Valia are on the top. It is Tower of London, that big red one in the middle on the top of the saddle, replica. I like to, compare and replica and make sisters of everything between, worlds, So like some popular whatever famous thing would have its sister duplicate, kind of like parallel universes, sister duplicate, right here in Boulder. So the Tower of London is there. The statue of Jesus in Rio is the one that's on top of Green Mountain. The one on the bottom of Flatironsia is at the bottom of the river. That is the Washington Monument, and then the one up on top of South Boulder Peak is the castle of Ilac or something. I can't remember, but it's one of those big medieval castles. It's really tall and beautiful and big. So, yeah, these things are about 100 feet high, usually. So, in those days, Tower of London was big old building. So just keep in mind. So, I guess in the same, vein, back in ancient times and where like that, the biggest building maybe would be that big. I don't know. It was built out of wood or something. So anyway, so anyways, let's move on. I only have like a minute and a half. So today I got up at noon. I kind of slept in. I've been a little bit, I think, under more stress than normal. A little bit out of my comfort zone. Normally doing work out my website. Now I'm trying to bring everything together. Today I got up and I first organized my deck, finished that. Organized my house, built the different things in my room. Somebody made a comment, a troll comment, I consider yesterday. He's like, "Yo, I don't think you're really trying to sell your car because you're trying to sell for 25,000." Dude, I am trying to sell my car, but I have to clean it first. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm weird like that. I want to sell it in its new state because I'm passing it off onto somebody else, and so, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to sell my car. And a car like that could be worth the 25,000. Have a look online. Everything on is brand new. So anyway, I started out organizing my house. Running out of time, 45 seconds. And then I went to my mom's house and I shampooed for like 3 hours. I put way too much concentrate before when I shampooed it, so I didn't realize it. So now I'm just getting it out. I got like 30 full ones of it in the last, like today. And it's all suds. And so I'll go back in there and do it until the suds go away. But it's bringing up rocks and dirt, so it's getting more and more beautiful and clean. And so tomorrow I'm gonna shampoo the other seats and everything and make it look so good, man. And once it's looking good, and tomorrow I'm gonna try to put it online too, because today I finally organized all the electronics in my bed under my couch, and then tomorrow I'm gonna organize actually within the electronics, all my hard drives, all the folders. I don't have anything organized, man. I cleaned my floor for the first time. I did manage to vacuum my stuff. I'll do that tomorrow. But anyways, I think that's enough talking. Peace out.